This hunter faced an astonishing turn of events when confronted with a half-frozen wolf in dire straits. The outcome is truly unbelievable. Nikolai Volkov had always been an avid hunter, displaying remarkable marksmanship skills and amassing numerous trophies that attested to his prowess. His father had imparted this expertise to him, continuing a family tradition passed down through generations. As Nikolai grew older, he pursued a college education in mechanics. However, shortly after graduating and securing a job, he faced the devastating blow of redundancy. Jobless and desperate to provide for his wife and young son, he remembered the hunting lessons from his father, setting him on a different path. For several years, Nikolai relied on hunting to feed his family. Although he eventually found employment, his wife decided to leave, believing she and their son could manage better on their own. Nikolai was heartbroken, but even more devastated by the loss of his son Leo, with whom he had developed a profound bond during his period of unemployment. Leo had even shown interest in hunting, but his mother's decision led them to move closer to the city in pursuit of better opportunities. Over the years, Nikolai and his wife worked out a visitation schedule, allowing him to spend quality time with Leo. During these visits, father and son ventured into the forests, where Nikolai imparted his knowledge of tracking and hunting. One year, Nikolai embarked on a solo journey into the woods. His chosen route led him through their small village, but this time, he took a path he hadn't traversed in a while. This route required crossing a small river that had frozen over due to the biting cold. As Nikolai cautiously ventured onto the ice, he spotted something unusual near the opposite bank. A sizable hole in the ice caught his attention. Approaching it, he discovered a half-submerged wolf, evidently trapped for an extended period. A new layer of ice was forming around the struggling creature. At first, Nikolai couldn't determine whether the wolf was alive or dead, as its head rested on the ice with closed eyes. However, as he drew nearer, the wolf weakly opened its eyes and looked at him. Nikolai recognized the wolf's exhaustion and its half-frozen state, but was unsure of what to do. Initially contemplating leaving the animal to nature's course, he hesitated. Just as he was about to walk away, the wolf emitted a feeble, pleading whimper, as if asking for help. Touched by this sound, Nikolai knew he couldn't abandon the creature. Lacking better options, he approached the wolf, calmly explaining his intention to assist. He lifted the wolf out of the water, an arduous task due to the animal's weight and its soaked fur. Once the wolf was free, Nikolai stepped back and cautiously aimed his gun at it, prepared for self-defense. However, the wolf was too exhausted to move, let alone pose a threat. Convinced that he should let the wolf fend for itself, Nikolai watched as the half-dead creature shivered. He realized that leaving it alone would likely lead to its demise. Uncertain of his next step, Nikolai cautiously approached the wolf, maintaining a calming dialogue about his desire to help. Eventually, he lifted the wolf into his arms and returned home. Back at his house, Nikolai kindled a roaring fire in the hearth and placed the wolf in front of it, adding an extra blanket to aid its recovery. After a few hours, the wolf stopped shivering and showed signs of improvement. Seeing that the wolf was regaining strength, Nikolai offered water and some leftover meat from his fridge. The wolf eagerly devoured the food and eventually settled down in front of the fire, falling asleep. The following day, Nikolai heard scratching at his front door. Upon opening it, he found the wolf up and about, pacing near the entrance. With its newfound strength, the wolf seemed ready to return to the wild. Nikolai approached the door, calmly communicating his intentions to help. As he opened the door, the wolf dashed out into the snow. Before disappearing into the woods, it turned back to gaze at Nikolai, as if expressing gratitude. Content that he would never see the wolf again, Nikolai resumed his daily routine. Several weeks later, he received a phone call informing him that Leo could visit for a week. Nikolai was thrilled, as he could finally enjoy winter hunting with his son. Leo arrived, and father and son eagerly ventured into the woods. Nikolai decided to explore the route he hadn't taken last time, with Leo accompanying him. However, Leo became distracted by fresh animal tracks, diverting his path away from his father. Suddenly, Nikolai heard a loud crack and a scream, prompting him to rush toward the source of the sound, calling for his son. As he reached the frozen river, he witnessed a harrowing sight. Leo, clinging to the ice for dear life, and a wolf by his side. Before Nikolay could raise his gun to protect his son, the wolf did something extraordinary. It clamped onto Leo's jacket with its teeth and began pulling him out of the icy water. With the wolf's assistance, Leo managed to haul himself back onto solid ice. The wolf swiftly retreated into the woods. With the wolf no longer a threat, Nikolay rushed to his son's side, working diligently to warm him. As he gazed at the wolf that had saved his son's life, he realized it was the same wolf he had rescued just weeks earlier from a similar predicament. He expressed his gratitude to the wolf, which seemed to understand, before vanishing into the woods once more. Nikolay hurriedly brought his son home to restore his warmth. In that moment, he silently vowed never to hunt wolves again. He recognized that the wolf had played a vital role in saving his son's life, and although he knew he would never encounter the same wolf again, he remained eternally grateful for the extraordinary help it had provided that day.